Have you ever wondered why, no matter how hard you try, your life keeps reflecting the same struggles, the same limitations, and the same invisible patterns? What if the world around you is not punishing you, but simply mirroring something deep within you? There is a spiritual law so powerful, so transformative, that once you truly understand it, you may never see your life the same way again. It is called the mirror principle. This is not about working harder, chasing another strategy, or forcing external results. It is about something far more profound, who you are becoming within. Because the truth is, you cannot build a life of abundance while secretly carrying the identity of lack. You cannot attract peace while living in conflict with yourself. Oh, and you cannot step into a higher reality until your inner world is prepared to receive it. The mirror principle teaches us a life-changing truth. If nothing is changing on the outside, it is often because something remains unchanged on the inside. Your reality reflects your beliefs, your wounds, your self-image, and the hidden story you tell yourself every day. This is why true transformation begins not with action, but with inner alignment. But this path is not always comfortable. To master this principle, you must be willing to face your own reflection, the fears, doubts, and shadows you may have spent years avoiding. Yet, on the other side of that confrontation lies extraordinary power, because when you change at the deepest level, reality itself begins to respond. In this video, we are going to uncover the hidden wisdom of the mirror principle, explore how it shapes every part of your life, and I will share a powerful exercise that I still practice to this day, one that can help you begin transforming your reality from within. So, if you are truly ready for a new chapter, stay with me until the end, because this message may reveal exactly why your life has been the way it is, and how to finally change it. Reality is not random, it is a mirror, a living reflection of the relationship you hold with yourself, with the world, and with life itself. Your outer experience is often shaped by your inner condition, whether you are aware of it or not. In other words, the world you meet each day is deeply connected to the world you carry within. This is one of the most important spiritual truths we can understand, because once we truly see it, we begin to realize that lasting change does not start outside of us. It begins within. Let us return to the example of becoming a millionaire. Many people say they want abundance, financial freedom, and prosperity. But beneath that desire, they may still hold a painful inner belief. I'm not good with money, I'm not capable of creating wealth. Money is hard to earn, and success belongs to other people, not to me. When this is the relationship a person has with money, reality responds like a mirror. It reflects that inner belief back into the outer world. Life then begins to present more situations, more disappointments, and more evidence that seem to confirm that belief. Opportunities may be missed, confidence may weaken, fear may increase, and the person ends up saying, "See, I knew I wasn't capable." But in truth, what they are experiencing is not a punishment. It is a reflection. This is the crucial point to remember. The external world is often the visible image of the internal world. What appears outside of us is frequently shaped by the thoughts, assumptions, emotional patterns, and identities we've accepted inside ourselves. If your inner image is rooted in lack, fear, or unworthiness, the mirror of life will continue to reflect conditions that match that image. But if your inner world begins to change, the reflection can change as well. When we look around at modern life, this truth becomes even more important. Most people today are deeply absorbed in the noise of the outer world. They are surrounded by constant stimulation, technology, social media, comparison, pressure, speed, and the endless demands of daily life. The attention of the soul is pulled outward in 1,000 directions. As a result, many have lost touch with their inner wisdom, that quiet and sacred intelligence within that once guided them more naturally. They no longer pause long enough to listen to their deeper knowing, to their intuition, or to the essence of who they truly are. And when we lose that connection to the inner self, we begin living almost entirely from reaction rather than awareness. We try to fix our lives by controlling appearances, chasing validation, or forcing outcomes, without realizing that the real source of transformation lies much deeper. The mirror principle reminds us that the outside world is not the ultimate cause, it is the echo. The true cause is often hidden within our beliefs, our energy, and our sense of identity. So, Before trying to change every circumstance around you, take a moment to look inward. Ask yourself, what am I believing about myself? What story am I repeating about life, money, love, or success? Because the reality you see may be revealing far more about your inner world than you think. And the moment you begin healing that inner relationship, the mirror of life can begin to reflect a very different reality. Let us now explore the 4 keys that can help you shape reality in harmony with your deepest desires. When people speak about the law of attraction, one of the ideas mentioned most often is that reality behaves like a mirror. Yet many people misunderstand this principle. They try to manipulate the reflection itself, the outer circumstances, the visible results, the surface of life, without realizing that the true power lies in changing what is being projected into that mirror. This is where the first fundamental key of the mirror principle becomes essential. The mirror of reality reflects 2 things above all else: your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world around you. In simple terms, what appears in your external life is often a projection of how you see yourself and how you interpret the world. If, deep down, you look at yourself and believe, I am not good enough, I am not capable, I do not deserve success, then reality responds to that message with absolute loyalty. The mirror does not argue with you. It does not correct you. It simply reflects back what you repeatedly hold to be true. It says, in effect, if this is who you believe you are, then here is more evidence to support that belief. And so, life presents more situations, more challenges, and more experiences that seem to confirm your inner assumption. This is why the mirror of reality can be understood almost like a loyal friend, one who is always willing to validate your beliefs, whether they empower you or limit you. It faithfully amplifies the messages you send, especially those tied to your identity and your worldview. That is why trying to directly control the outer image is rarely enough. We must learn instead to transform the image we are projecting in front of the mirror. This is similar to how influence works in human relationships. If you directly tell someone, do not do that, they may resist and do exactly what was forbidden. But if you inspire them, guide them, and help them understand a better path, they are far more likely to listen and change. In the same way, we influence our world indirectly. We do not change life by fighting the reflection. We change it by changing the inner message that creates the reflection. So, how do we interrupt this old pattern and consciously choose something new? We begin by creating a new identity and a new worldview, a new paradigm for the life we want to live. First, become very clear about what you want in the long term. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. In that final image, what are you doing each day? What fills your life with meaning, purpose, and discovery? What kind of person have you become? Then ask yourself, who am I in that reality? What qualities, characteristics, and emotional states define me when I am already living that life? This is how you begin to shape identity. Next, consider your worldview. How do you see life when you are already living that desired reality? How do you interpret opportunities, challenges, timing, and the unfolding of events? A person living in fear sees the world as hostile and limiting. A person living in alignment sees the world as intelligent, supportive, and full of possibility. Your worldview matters because it determines how you meet reality every day. To strengthen this inner transformation, bring it into language through powerful affirmations. Start with affirmations about identity, such as, I am worthy, I am capable, I am a magnet for abundance because I carry within me the magic touch of an alchemist. Then create affirmations about your vision of the world. The world conspires in my favor. Everything unfolds at the right time and according to the divine plan. As you repeat these affirmations daily and truly begin to internalize them, your perception will start to change. The world you see will begin to feel different because you are no longer standing before the mirror as the same person. Even if what you desire feels distant or difficult today, that does not mean it will remain out of reach tomorrow. All true transformation requires time, practice, and patience. Honor your process, respect your timing, but do not allow fear to convince you that the extraordinary is not meant for you. Take this exercise seriously, because it has the power to revolutionize your life from the inside out. Before we move into the next part of this journey, take a quiet moment to reflect on what this truth is revealing within you. If reality truly mirrors the way you see yourself in the world, then the life you are experiencing today may be inviting you to look deeper, to heal deeper, and to become more conscious of the story you are telling from within. If this message is speaking to your soul, please take a moment to like this video and leave a comment sharing your thoughts, your experience, or the belief you are now ready to transform. And if these words resonate with you, but you do not know what to say, then simply type, "I am ready to change from within." Your voice may inspire someone else who is walking this path with you. Now, let us continue and go even deeper into this powerful mirror of reality. Now, let us move into key number 2, a truth that many people overlook when they begin working with the mirror principle. The reflection in the material world does not appear instantly. It is formed with a delay. This is one of the most important things to understand if you do not want to lose faith in the process. Why does this happen? Because in your inner world, creation is immediate. The moment you close your eyes and imagine a new life, a new identity, or a desired future, that image can exist instantly within your consciousness. In the realm of thought, vision, and energy, things move with incredible speed. You can see yourself as abundant, peaceful, successful, loved, or spiritually awakened in a single moment of inner focus. That is the nature of the inner dimension. But the physical world does not operate with that same immediacy. In the third dimension, the material plane, manifestation takes time because matter is dense. Physical reality moves according to its own rhythm and structure. It cannot instantly reorganize itself every time we form a new thought or a new self-concept. The visible world must gradually catch up with the invisible world, and this delay is not a sign that nothing is happening. It is simply the natural law of how energy becomes form. This is why the next key is so essential. You must hold your new belief long enough for reality to reflect it. In other words, you must remain faithful to the identity and worldview you have chosen until your desired result becomes visible. Whatever you want to become, begin by adopting the inner identity of someone who already is that person. Ask yourself, how would this version of me think? How would they speak, respond, choose, and carry themselves? Then stay loyal to that identity, even when the outer world has not yet confirmed it. This is where many people struggle. They create a new belief. They step into a new identity. They feel inspired and certain that change is coming. But when the result does not appear immediately, their emotional state begins to decline. Doubt enters. Discouragement grows. The belief weakens. And then, just when they reach a low point, the manifestation finally begins to appear. But because reality reflects with delay, what shows up is often connected to the negative emotional state they were recently holding. As a result, what they desired may begin to weaken or deteriorate again. It's because the mirror is now reflecting that newer vibration of fear, frustration, or disappointment. This creates a wave-like cycle in life. Hope rises, then falls, belief strengthens, then collapses, results appear, then fade. Many people live inside this pattern for years without understanding why. They experience constant ups and downs and believe life is unstable, when in fact, reality is simply echoing their shifting inner state over time. The lesson here is profound. The key is not to panic during the delay, and not to abandon the identity you have consciously created just because the physical world has not caught up yet. Real transformation requires steadiness. It requires inner loyalty. When you remain faithful to your new self-image and your new worldview long enough, you begin to create lasting change rather than temporary waves. This is one of the most powerful ways to transform your life, because the material world will always, eventually, reflect the inner truth you hold with consistency. Now, let us move to the next key, one that I find deeply transformative and that I have personally practiced every single day. It is subtle, powerful, and often misunderstood. What you need to realize is that the mirror of reality does not reflect the emotional label of your thoughts alone. It reflects their purified content, the specific message hidden inside them. This distinction is essential because it explains why so many people unknowingly continue attracting the very things they say they do not want. Let me make this clearer. Suppose a person lives in constant dissatisfaction. On the surface, they may simply feel frustration, anger, or resentment. But beneath that emotion, there is always a more precise inner message. I hate my dead-end job. I hate my boss. I hate my relationship. I hate these bills. I hate how my life feels. The mirror of reality does not respond merely to the word hate in some abstract sense. Instead, it responds to the content attached to that emotional charge. If the content is bills, life may continue bringing more financial pressure. If the content is my job, then more events may arise that deepen dissatisfaction with work. If the content is my relationship, then more tension may surface in that area as well. This is how the mirror functions. It amplifies and reflects back the specific reality you are feeding with your attention. This is why repeated complaint is so spiritually dangerous. The more you focus on what is missing, what is wrong, and what you reject, the more you strengthen the inner identity and worldview associated with lack. Life then continues to present circumstances that confirm that identity. You begin to say, see, nothing ever works out for me. I never have enough. Things always go wrong. But what is happening is not random misfortune. It is the mirror faithfully confirming the story you keep repeating within yourself. In this way, the cycle becomes self-reinforcing. This is the fundamental difference between a scarcity mentality and an abundance mentality. A scarcity mindset looks at life and sees only what is absent, what is broken, what has not yet arrived. It sees the glass as half empty and interprets reality through deficiency. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, does not deny challenges, but it chooses to focus on possibility, progress, gratitude, and potential. It learns to see the glass as half full. Spiritually speaking, this shift is not naive optimism. It is a disciplined reorientation of attention. So, how do you apply this key in your own life? The answer is simple, though not always easy. Focus on what you want and on what you already have. If you want to create change, you must begin by recognizing the good that is already present in your life right now. Think of everything you have already been given, the progress you have made, the lessons you have survived, the people who love you, the strengths you have developed, the beauty that still exists around you. Then turn your attention to what you truly desire. Ask yourself, what do I want? What kind of life would feel meaningful, alive, and deeply fulfilling? What would make my life feel like a true journey of discovery? See it, even if only vaguely. Feel it, even if only in fragments. The image does not need to be perfect. What matters is that your attention is moving toward what you desire rather than circling endlessly around what you fear. And something remarkable begins to happen when you do this consistently. As you keep focusing on what you want, the distance between your current life and your desired life slowly begins to close. Your perception changes, your energy changes, your choices begin to change. You become more willing to move beyond the limits of your comfort zone because your attention is no longer chained to lack. It is being guided by vision. That is the power of this third key. What you consistently focus on becomes the content. The mirror of reality is most ready to reflect. Now, let us move into key number 4. Last, but certainly not least, the mirror cycle. This key has the power to change everything, because once you truly understand how this cycle works, you will no longer feel lost, confused, or powerless in your own life. Instead, you will begin to witness reality shifting before your eyes. You will understand not only why certain patterns keep repeating, but also how to consciously interrupt them and create something new. Everything begins with observation. Most people start by looking at their current circumstances, the bills they have to pay, the job they dislike, the disappointments they have experienced, the mistakes of the past, the unconscious choices they made without even realizing it. They observe the present moment, and from that observation, they begin to form an internal image. And when I say image, I mean the inner attitude, thoughts, emotional tone, and self-perception that they present to the mirror of reality. For example, a person looks at a difficult life situation and silently concludes, "Nothing ever works for me. I always struggle. I'm trapped. I'm behind. Life is against me." That inner image is then projected into the mirror, and because the mirror has no power to judge or correct, it can only reflect. It reflects back reality according to the image it has been given. But then something important happens. Most people look at that reflection once again, react to it emotionally, and use it to create the next inner image. And so, the cycle repeats. This is the mirror cycle that keeps so many people trapped. They observe what is wrong, create an identity and emotional attitude based on what is wrong, and then receive more outer evidence that seems to prove they were right all along. Over time, this becomes almost addictive. People remain stuck in the same pattern for years, and eventually they say to themselves, "Why does this keep happening to me? What am I doing wrong?" Then they begin trying different tactics and strategies. They change jobs, start a new business, follow new methods, adopt new plans, and sometimes it works for a short time. They feel excited, hopeful, even empowered. But sooner or later, they fall back into the same pattern because the deeper problem was never external. The real issue was that there had been no fundamental shift in identity or worldview. This is the truth I want you to remember. If your inner worldview remains the same, your outer life will eventually return to the same emotional structure, that even if the details look different for a while. That is why true transformation requires more than a new tactic. It requires a new self. So, how do we break this cycle? We reverse the process. Most people live in this order: first observation, then image, then reflection. That is the standard cycle of those who are merely reacting to life. But if you want to become a conscious co-creator, a true creator of your reality, you must begin somewhere else. You must start with the image. This means you stop allowing current circumstances to define your inner state. You turn your back, in a spiritual sense, on the reflection of your present life. Not because you are denying reality, but because you understand something profound. What surrounds you today was shaped by decisions, beliefs, and identities formed in the past. If you want to shape tomorrow, you must consciously choose differently today. So you begin with the image you wish to create. You decide, this is who I am becoming. This is what I choose to believe. This is the life I am now aligned with. And once that image is established, the mirror has no choice but to begin reflecting it, slowly, subtly, and often in very small ways at first. Because change in the material world comes with delay, the early signs may seem minor, but they matter deeply. And this leads to the next step. Instead of endlessly observing what is missing, you begin to confirm what is working. You look into the mirror of life and notice the evidence that aligns with your new identity. If your intention is greater confidence, you may notice that people respond to you more warmly. If you desire growth in your work or business, you may begin to see small improvements, new openings, better conversations, or unexpected support. Even if other parts of your life still seem chaotic, you choose to focus only on what confirms the worldview, an identity you have consciously chosen to create. That is the power of the fourth key. You stop being a puppet of reflection, and you become a deliberate shaper of it. The moment you reverse the cycle, everything begins to change, first within you, and then, inevitably, around you. Before we step into the next part of this journey, take a moment to ask yourself, what cycle have I been unconsciously repeating in my own life? If this message has helped you see your reality in a new way, please support the channel by liking this video and leaving a comment to share your thoughts, your experience, and/or the pattern you are now ready to break. And if these words resonate with you, but you are not sure what to say, simply type, "I choose to create from within." Sometimes one sentence is enough to mark the beginning of a completely new reality. Now, let us continue and go even deeper into this transformation. The essence of this journey is simple. You must keep practicing. You must continue returning to these principles again and again, because the more consistently you live them, the more they begin to shape your reality in ways that go far beyond anything you once thought possible. What begins as a small inner shift gradually becomes a complete transformation of your life. And I want to say this clearly and sincerely. This is real. These are not empty ideas, and they are not just beautiful spiritual theories. These are principles I have personally applied, and I have seen their power unfold in my own life. That is why I feel called to share them with you. At the very beginning of my spiritual journey, I was skeptical. Part of me thought these teachings sounded too abstract, too idealistic, perhaps even unrealistic. I questioned whether changing my inner world could truly have such a powerful effect on the outer world. Like many people, I had been conditioned to believe that life changes only through struggle, force, and external action. So, when I first encountered these ideas, I did not fully trust them. I thought perhaps they were just comforting words, something inspiring to hear but impossible to live. But then something happened. I began to practice. Little by little, I started applying these principles in my daily life. I became more conscious of the identity I was carrying, the beliefs I was repeating, and the image I was projecting into the mirror of reality. I learned to hold a new inner vision even when the outer world had not yet caught up. I learned to stop feeding old patterns with fear and frustration, and instead to remain loyal to a deeper truth within me. And over time, I began to see results, not in a vague or imaginary way, but in ways that felt undeniable. What I witnessed was astonishing. The things I had once hoped for slowly began to move toward me. Opportunities appeared, circumstances shifted, doors opened in ways I could never have planned with the logical mind alone. And what made it even more extraordinary was that reality did not simply give me what I had asked for. In many cases, it brought me something even greater than what I had imagined. Life began to respond with a kind of intelligence, as though once the inner alignment was established, the outer world naturally started reorganizing itself around that new frequency. This is why I say to you with conviction, if you begin to live by these principles, your life can change completely, not overnight, not through fantasy, and not without inner discipline, but through faithful practice, deep self-awareness, and a willingness to become the version of yourself that your future is calling for. The more you stay with this work, the more powerful it becomes. And eventually, what once seemed impossible may become the very reality you are living. As we journey deeper into the mirror of reality, we begin to uncover a profound inner power that many people spend their entire lives overlooking. What we see around us each day is not merely a collection of random circumstances, accidents, or disconnected events. More often than we realize, it is an echo, a living reflection of our beliefs, our identity, and the way we have learned to interpret the world. The conditions of our outer life often reveal the hidden architecture of our inner life. And once we begin to understand this, everything changes. The true secret of transformation is this: we must stop living only as observers of reality and begin living as conscious shapers of it. If we merely look at life as it is, react to it emotionally, and allow our present circumstances to define our inner state, even then we remain trapped inside the same cycle. But when we choose to form a new inner image, an image of who we desire to become, what we choose to embody, and what we are truly here to create, then something powerful begins to happen. The mirror of reality starts to respond. At first, the changes may be subtle. A new opportunity appears, a different kind of conversation unfolds, an unexpected sense of peace enters where fear once lived. Small shifts begin to emerge, almost quietly, as if reality is slowly rearranging itself around the new image you now hold within. This is how true transformation often begins, not always through dramatic events, but through meaningful signs that the outer world is beginning to align with the inner world you have consciously chosen. What makes the mirror of reality so extraordinary is that, in itself, it knows no limits. It does not decide what is possible for you based on your past. It does not judge whether your dream is too great, too late, or too far away. It simply responds to what you consistently offer it. If you offer it fear, limitation, and a sense of lack, it reflects that back into form. But if you offer it clarity, abundance, faith, and a renewed identity, it begins to reflect those qualities as well. The mirror is always listening, always responding, always confirming. This is why the image you carry within yourself matters so deeply. Like the alchemist who transforms lead into gold, you too have the ability to transmute your life from within. You do this by releasing the mentality of scarcity and choosing the mindset of abundance. You do it by focusing not only on what is missing, but on what is already present, all what is already beautiful, and what is still possible. You do it by directing your energy toward what you want to create, rather than constantly feeding what you fear, resent, or reject. In that shift, something sacred happens. Your life begins to move from survival into creation. Ultimately, our journey through the mirror of reality is not just about manifestation in the superficial sense. It is a search for truth within ourselves. It is an invitation to remember who we are beneath fear, beneath conditioning, beneath the old stories that once defined us. It is also a celebration of our God-given capacity to create, to innovate, to heal, and to transcend the limits we once believed were fixed. My hope is that this wisdom becomes more than just something you hear today. I hope it becomes a living flame within you, a guiding light on your path, illuminating your choices, strengthening your faith, and helping you shape a life that feels aligned with your soul. And as that flame grows brighter, may it guide you toward the reality you have long dreamed of, reminding you that the power to transform your life has been within you all along. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to thank you from the heart for being here, for listening with an open mind, and for allowing yourself to go deeper into this powerful truth. The mirror of reality is not here to punish you, but to reveal you. It shows you what has been living within your beliefs, your identity, and your inner world. And at the same time, it reminds you that the power to change your life has never been outside of you. It has always been within you. If there is one message I hope you carry with you after this video, it is this: when you change the image within, the world around you must begin to change as well. Perhaps not all at once, perhaps not without patience, but little by little, reality begins to respond to the person you are becoming. And that is why this journey matters so much. All because it is not only about changing circumstances, it is about awakening to your power as a conscious creator, a soul capable of transforming pain into wisdom, fear into faith, and limitation into possibility. So, now I want to hear from you. In the comments below, write this sentence: I choose to change the image within. And if you feel called, share your own thoughts, reflections, or the part of this message that spoke most deeply to your soul. Your comment may be the very sign or encouragement someone else needs today. If this video touched your heart, please take a moment to like it. Share it with someone who may need this message, and subscribe to Spiritual Cosmos for more journeys into the hidden truths of the soul, consciousness, and spiritual transformation. And when you are ready to continue, be sure to watch the video below. Because the next step on this path may reveal exactly what your spirit needs to hear right now. Thank you again for walking this path with me. Until next time, protect your energy, trust your inner transformation, and remember, the reality you seek begins with the reality you create within.